Hey guys, what's up? This is Gustavo. In the last arc of Dragon Ball Super, we saw that Frieza came back stronger than ever, and with his Black Frieza form, he was able to take down the strongest warriors in the universe with just a single hit. But let's imagine that Black Frieza squared off against Destroyer God Goku from Dragon Ball Hakai. Who would win that fight? In this video right here, I'm gonna break it all down, and I'm sure if you watch till the end, you're gonna learn a lot about both Goku and Frieza. Stay tuned to the channel, and let's dive into the video. Alright everyone, in this video I'm going to do this. I'll first discuss the max power of each one, and after that, I'll delve into what a fight between them might look like by looking at various events from the Dragon Ball Super manga, as well as from the Dragon Ball Hakai manga. And in this video you're in for a surprise, as I'm going to highlight details that many folk might have missed, especially concerning Frieza. So stick around till the end of this video because you might notice things you didn't before in the manga. But before diving into the characters, I first need to explain what Dragon Ball Hakai is, as there might be quite a few folks watching a video from our channel for the first time and have no idea what that is. To put it simply, Dragon Ball Hakai is the story where Goku became a god of destruction. In this plot, he embarks on tons of cool adventures as a Hakai Shin. He gets to learn a bunch of new moves and uncovers loads of secrets about the multiverse. The storyline is awesome and a total treat for any Dragon Ball fan. Trust me, you're gonna really dig this story. If you're looking to check out Dragon Ball Hakai, just head to our site. It should be popping up on your screen. On the site, you can read through the whole Dragon Ball Hakai manga. Right now, as I'm recording this, we've got over 20 chapters ready to go. But hey, you can also follow the story right here on this channel. Just go to our playlist and look for the one marked Dragon Ball Hakai. There, you'll find a ton of videos on this epic tale. So, if you're familiar with this story and you want to help out with making it, you can hit up the description of this video and click on our Patreon link. With our Patreon, you can pitch in and help out with the manga production for a really small cost. Plus, there are some exclusive perks only for our channel. Go check it out later to learn a bit more. Alright, now that that's cleared up, let's dive into Goku and Frieza. I'm starting off by talking about a character named Frieza. Just so you know, Frieza has 3 key forms. That's his regular form, a golden form, and his latest, which is the black form. In his regular form, Frieza can already fight at the level of a Super Saiyan God. We all know this from the plot of the movie Resurrection of Frieza, where he fought Goku, who was channeling the power of a Super Saiyan God. I bet loads of you are thinking, dude, are you crazy, Gustavo? Frieza fought Goku in his regular form, not as a Super Saiyan God, but I'm telling you that no, Goku wasn't in his basic form when he was fighting Frieza at that moment. I mean, technically, Goku looked like he was in his regular form, but the power he was using wasn't from his regular form. So at this point, Goku was using this strength called Beyonder God, where he's basically channeling the power of a Super Saiyan God without actually turning into one. Goku started pulling this trick towards the end of his fight with Beerus. You guys remember that, right? There's this part in his fight with Beerus where Goku loses his Super Saiyan God form, but he keeps using that same level of power. He did something pretty similar when fighting Frieza. So when Frieza was going toe-to-toe with Goku, he wasn't just battling Goku's base power, but rather the power of a Super Saiyan God. Bet you guys didn't know that, huh? To sum it up, Frieza's basic strength is at least as strong as Goku's Super Saiyan God power. Frieza's golden form was kinda designed to be his Super Saiyan equivalent. In fact, he specifically chose the gold color for this transformation because he totally wanted to match the Super Saiyans. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Anyway, going gold boosts Frieza's power by a whopping 50 times his base level, just like Super Saiyans get 50 times stronger than their regular forms. The Super Saiyan Blue is pretty much a Super Saiyan. That is, Super Saiyan Blue multiplies a Super Saiyan God's power by 50. If base Frieza is about as strong as the Super Saiyan God, then Golden Frieza is probably on par with the Super Saiyan Blue. That's why Frieza and Goku seem so evenly matched back during Frieza's Resurrection F saga. So like the first time Frieza fought in his golden form, he wasn't really good at controlling it, because he didn't train a lot to handle that transformation's power. But then he got killed on Earth, right? He meditated in hell and got his golden form all perfect, and now Frieza's got way better control of that transformation. And then finally, we got the infamous Black Frieza form, which pumped up Frieza's power to crazy heights. Now, the gold form made Frieza as tough as Super Saiyan Blue. or maybe even Super Saiyan Blue evolved, if we're pushing it. But this black form makes him way more mighty than both Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. This transformation made him stupid strong. We're talking one-shot kill gas strong. He even downed both Goku and Vegeta with one hit each. But even though this form is insanely OP, there's something not a lot of people have noticed. Seems like there's a major setback with this transformation. So check it out, when Gas attacked Frieza, he only changed forms at the last second. He attacked Gas and then went back to his base form. And also notice when he attacked Goku and Vegeta, he used his black form. He did his attack and then went back to his base again. So for some reason, Frieza doesn't stay in his black form for long. He transforms for just a few seconds and then changes back. This might mean that this transformation has a big weakness, like using up a lot of energy. And we know that's been an issue for Frieza his whole life, since controlling his own power has always been a challenge for him. Back in the Dragon Ball Z days, Frieza wasn't really good at controlling his own power. In fact, he had to create a bunch of transformations just to keep his own juice in check. He said himself his power was so intense he couldn't manage it, and when he pulled off that golden form, he wasn't too hot at controlling that one either. This meant he was wasting a ton of energy. In episode 87, it seemed like Frieza had just recently pulled off the black form. If that's the case, odds are he was pretty bad at controlling that form too. I reckon when he uses that form, Frieza's burning through mad amounts of energy. And that's why after transforming, he has to attack quickly and then back out of that form. So here's the thing, what Frieza does is he keeps his power low in his regular form, and then right when he's about to attack, he switches to his black form and hits with a huge amount of power all at once to quickly take down his opponent. And after doing that, he goes back to his normal form. It even has me thinking that's why Vegeta's got this new training strategy in the Dragon Ball Super manga. Notice his idea of keeping power low to then at the moment of attack, use maximum power for a stronger hit is essentially what Frieza did to them in Gas. In chapter 88, we saw that while Goku was just chilling and eating with Beerus and Wise, Vegeta couldn't stop thinking about Frieza, meaning he probably replayed that scene over and over in his head. So like, until he figured out what Frieza did, and after realizing that, he's trying to learn the same thing, right? I'm saying all this to get to this point, okay? That Black Frieza dude isn't as big of a deal as everyone thinks. Sure, he beat Goku, Vegeta, and Gas with just one hit, but it's only because he put all his power into those attacks, you know? And since he went from 0 to 100 real quick, no one had time to get ready properly, so they couldn't handle his attack. And that's why a single hit from Frieza was enough to take everyone down. But despite seeming super powerful, there's a high chance that Black Frieza won't last long. He seems to need to finish the fight really quickly to keep from running out of energy. I mean, none of this has been confirmed in the Dragon Ball Super manga yet, but I'm sure Toyotaro didn't just do all this for no reason, guys. Anyway, now that we've seen just about everything from Frieza, let's talk about Goku, the God of Destruction. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've always got Dragon Ball content here. And if you're a fan of the franchise, you'll definitely learn a lot and have a great time on this channel. And of course, if you're into Dragon Ball Hakai, you'll get all the info on that story right here. Subscribe now so you don't forget later, and give this video a like so it reaches more people on the platform. Thanks to everyone who does that, as it really helps out the channel. Now let's talk about Goku as the God of Destruction. In a recent video on this channel, I chatted about Goku's Dragon Ball Hakai power, comparing it to Dragon Ball Super's Goku. In that video, I really got into the nitty-gritty about how his power works. But now I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version of what I said in that video. So even if you didn't catch it, you'll still get the gist. To start off, Goku, as the God of Destruction, can tap into all the non-divine transformations without actually having to transform. It's like the Beyond Urgot form I was talking about a couple of minutes ago, meaning Goku, as the God of Destruction, can use Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3 without having to transform. And because of this, he doesn't use up as much energy to unlock these powers. This distinction's a big deal, especially when it comes to Super Saiyan 3, since this form initially drains Goku's energy a ton, and he even steers clear of it because of that. But as I've already said, Frieza in base form matches up to a Super Saiyan God, so Goku's non-divine transformations wouldn't make a lick of difference anyway, which means he'd start the fight at Super Saiyan God power levels. I'm not sure if Destruction God Goku has a step up in the Super Saiyan God compared to Dragon Ball Super's Goku, but I reckon he has some advantage, since a divine transformation is presumably more fitting for a god than a mere mortal, don't you think? But even if he has some extra advantage in the Super Saiyan God God form, it probably won't make a huge difference in the fight. The next level is Super Saiyan Rose, and in this form, Destruction God Goku has an edge over Dragon Ball Super's Super Saiyan Blue Goku, since the Rose form is the true form of the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. But I'm not sure if that advantage would be super significant against Golden Frieza, considering Frieza has way better control over this transformation's power after meditation training. However, Destruction God Goku can boost the Super Saiyan Rose form's power by 50x using Kaioken, and by doing that, he would totally outclass the golden form, forcing Frieza to switch to his black form. If Frieza morphs into his black form, then Destroyer God Goku would have to bring out his A game. He'd end up going all out in his ultimate form, fusing his destructive power with Ultra Instinct. We aren't sure about the exact power multiplier here, but we're certain it's tons stronger than Super Saiyan Rose pumped up 50 times, and it's also definitely stronger than if Goku was just using basic Ultra Instinct. So, not only is this transformation super powerful, it also brings an interesting balance for Goku, where he can combine the power of destruction with the power of Ultra Instinct, so both his offensive and defensive powers become pretty awesome. I'm not going to consider Goku possessed by the energy of destruction here, so his maximum power in this fight will be this form. Alright, now that we've covered the most powerful forms of Goku, the God of Destruction, and Frieza, let's figure out how this fight would go down. It's pretty clear that this final form of Destruction God Goku is way stronger than Golden Frieza. So to take on this form, Frieza would need to bust out his black form. But as we've seen, this Black Frieza form burns through his energy like crazy. And when Frieza's in this transformation, he's gotta end the fight fast, ideally in just one hit. The thing is, Frieza's got a big problem. In his final form, Destruction God Goku is combining destructive power with Ultra Instinct. So he's got all the defense skills of Ultra Instinct. He's super slick at dodging and blocking attacks. So if Frieza goes for him with any direct hits, Goku would be able to duck and weave. And he might just hit back with an attack that's super powerful thanks to his destructive power. So I totally get that you might think Frieza smacking Goku around doesn't mean much, especially since it already happened in Dragon Ball Super, but let me remind you, this Destruction God Goku at full power is definitely stronger than his Dragon Ball Super version, meaning he's way faster, because in Dragon Ball, when their power level goes up, other stuff like speed gets a boost too. If Frieza has a hard time taking him down in one go, then the fight wouldn't be over as quickly as he'd like, and that basically means he's gonna be at a major disadvantage, and would need to finish things up with all the heavy hitters from his arsenal. He could also keep switching between his golden form and his black form so that he could save some energy. That way he could dodge Goku's attacks in the golden form and then use his black form to strike back. But he'd be at a disadvantage in this situation, since his golden form is way weaker than Goku's final form. It's like 60 times weaker or something. I mean, Goku's final form is way stronger than Super Saiyan Rose, even with the Kaioken power-up multiplied by 50. One thing to note is that Black Frieza, much like any form, has a time limit because this form uses up a ton of energy, and Destruction God Goku can't just recklessly use his energy or he'll lose control of his body due to the destructive energy. But the difference between the two is that Goku can hold his own in a fight for a pretty solid amount of time before he hits his max. We saw this in his fight against Otsu. It went on for a few chapters before he really hit his limit. Frieza, on the other hand, has a much lower limit, his black form only lasting a couple of pages at most. So here's the gist of my theory about this fight. If Goku, the God of Destruction, and Frieza were to duke it out in their ultimate forms, Frieza would try to wrap things up quick, but he wouldn't be able to because of Goku's final form traits. If the fight went on for more than a few seconds, or at most a couple of minutes, Frieza would start to have to shift down to a lower form just to stay in the game. He'd try to stay in his basic or golden form to dodge Goku's attacks and would only flip into his black form for those last crucial moments. So Goku wouldn't need to change form since his final form is a good balance between offense and defense. This would put him at a big advantage against Frieza, especially if Frieza isn't in his black form. I think in this fight Frieza would eventually lose, either from running out of energy or getting caught by Goku when he's weakened. Of course, if my theory about Black Frieza is wrong and he can maintain his most powerful form throughout the fight, that would change everything. But I still think Goku could win, because in his final form, he's way stronger and has the perfect balance between defense and offense. Well, I think I've pretty much covered everything there is to say about Goku, Destruction God's power, and Black Frieza. So drop a comment about who you think would win this fight. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel so we can hit 200k subscribers. Catch you later. Peace out.